Bear Online 2021 Bear Drivers Questionnaire. How did you feel when you were asked to be a bear driver?
For me, that was quite a long time ago, back in the early 90s when I was asked to be the first little bear. At the time, I remember being excited for taking on the new role of little bear, and also honoured that I was given this responsibility. As for the big bear, that was in the late 2000s, and again I felt honoured because I was one of the few chosen to be one of the next generation big bear drivers, passing on the torch from the older drivers who were starting to retire.
I was never asked to be a straw bear. I just assumed that was going to be my role. The construction of the first bear was based on my body form, and there was no one else within the Whittlesea Society who would volunteer for the job, so it had to be me if it was going to happen.
I was honoured to be asked to be a bear. That was an incredible thing to happen, especially to an 11-year-old boy as I was at the time. It was, a sense of pride and a sense of excitement, and what better way to serve the community in that kind of way than just to be a straw bear.
I was very young when I was asked to be the bear driver for the first time, because I was asked to be the little bear. So I was just very excited that time around. When I was asked to be the big bear driver, then I was still very excited, but I was always a bit more nervous because I knew that it was a bigger job. I was more aware of how important it was that time around.
I felt very honoured, to be honest. I'd followed the bear for many years, and when I got the chance to do it, I jumped at it because I felt that was really a fantastic thing to be doing.
Honoured and quite shocked, I suppose. It was just one of those things that I'd never thought of. So I was very pleased to take the job on.
I asked to be a bear driver as I wanted to be the baby bear alongside my dad, who was the straw bear at the time.
I was excited, honoured, privileged. It came up at an AGM and I was asked, and I was thrilled. I was more than happy to.
Hello, my name is Jasper and I am 10 years old today. I was born 10 years ago at the Straw Bear Festival. I kind of felt happy but a bit flustered at the idea of doing it. But I was really glad when I actually got to do the bear. It made me feel really happy.
What made you want to be a bear driver?
Okay, so been involved with the festival for quite a few years, and basically straw bear being part of the town's history and heritage all my life. It was just something that looked really fun and enjoyable. And
for me, I wanted to become more involved with the festival and become more involved with the community in that way, and also to honour the memory of my great-grandfather, who was one of the original straw bears which roamed the town before it was banned in 1909. And as he was a boy when he did it, and I was just a boy when I started doing it, being part of living history in that way and honouring his memory is great.
The whole concept was my idea, so therefore to see the job through, I had to be a bear.
A case of wanting, it was a case of being invited and then just jumping at the chance to do it, because it was, it's just an amazing thing to be part of.
I grew up watching my dad and various friends and relatives be the big bear, so I think that I always knew that I'd like to do it because it looks like a fun job. It's always an important part of the day, and I was really looking forward to doing it when I got the chance.
Well, really, the main reason is for keeping the tradition going, and getting the bear onto the streets.
What made me want to be a bear driver is that it looked fun.
Well, I hadn't even given that a thought, because it was only when Phil Oldfield rang me and said, could I do the bear at the weekend because he'd hurt his back. So I was quite pleased and said yes straight away.
What was your main emotion while doing the job? I'd seen Brian perform and I really wanted to dance as the bear to bring the character alive on the streets of Whittlesea.
Excitement. It was really exciting to be able to process with my dad as the straw bear, watching everybody's faces in the streets.
My main emotion is just enjoying doing it and just enjoying the day. It's such an exhilarating experience to be such the focal point of such a big event. So yeah, I really just enjoy it, and yeah, I don't think about anything else really while I'm doing it, just putting on a good show.
Excitement and anticipation, and just a sense of happiness to be doing such a thing for the organisation.
Pride of being the bear is probably the main emotion. A bit of pride in there, and again the excitement of taking the role on and bringing the bear to the streets.
Well, first of all, you get quite excited leading up to the festival, and then when they start dressing you in the morning, you start to get a little bit nervous, and all of a sudden, once that sort of head gets pulled down and you're walking up the steps of the manor and you hear people cheering, you just sort of lose yourself. You just become the bear, really. So it's a good feeling.
My main emotion while doing the straw bear is excitement, because I get to bring to life the straw bear and play a big part in the festival.
My main emotion while doing the job was excitement, although I was really nervous.
What would you say is the best bit about being a bear?
What are the best bits of being a bear? For me, it's getting out there and having a bit of daft carry on. Not just being the bear, but having that character. Certainly getting to have a play around with the Morris teams, getting into their dances.
Oh, I think the best bit is when that drum starts banging, when we leave and the procession starts from wherever it is, and just going down and seeing so many people waiting to see the whole procession and all being there wanting to watch it.
The best part of being the big bear is being so popular for a whole day. It's really strange to be the focus of a whole town and its visitors for a whole day, but it is great fun. You can just do whatever you want for a whole day. It's great.
The best bit about being in the straw bear was dancing around town.
I would say it's seeing everyone's faces when you're coming down the street.
The excitement as you process, the excitement of all of the town, how excited they were, that was the best bit.
For me, the best part of being a straw bear driver is at 10:30 on the Saturday morning and that first beat of the drum. The event started and you are off, leading that procession down the middle of the road. I think the anonymity of being the centre of attention but nobody knowing who you are is amazing. I was recognisable only by my pink gloves.
The anonymity of wearing the costume. It fills you with excitement and more than a little bit of mischief as you bring the character to life.
The best bit about being the driver of the bear is other people's reaction to the bear. In the early years there was no reaction at all. People just didn't know what was going on. But after a while things changed, and this year has been absolutely brilliant. They just want to come up and cuddle the bear, which is rather strange because that never happened in the early days. Oh, and of course they do want to pinch a bit of the straw.
For me, the best thing about being in the straw bear is people not being able to see your face, therefore not knowing who you are.
The best bit about being in the straw bear is dancing around town with no one knowing who you are.
The best bit about being a bear is that you can dance. pretty much everything, but the things that stand out mostly in my mind are being with Noah when he leads me, and in the morning when I'm leading him and tapping my stick along to the music.
What would you say was the worst bit about being a bear?
The worst bit about being a bear that I can't see where I'm going, but Eve can guide me. The worst bit about being in the straw bear was getting in and out of the costume.
I'd say the sore shoulders and the sore back. It's very heavy, it's very dusty, it's very smelly, it's very sweaty. Not the best place to be, but it's also the warmest place to be in the middle of January.
I think the worst part is having to get out of it at the end of your go, not just because it means that your go is over, but also it's a pain to get out of, and as soon as you get out you start aching and you know you're going to ache for the next few days, so that's definitely the worst part.
I think the worst part of being the straw bear driver were the nerves beforehand. The day beforehand, the night beforehand and the morning. Just waiting to get into that costume, and then once you're in, waiting for the head to be put on and to start the procession. That is the worst bit. The nerves are awful.
The worst thing about the straw bear is having to get out at the end of the day, knowing that you've got another year until you can do it again.
The worst bit of being the bear driver is having to stop, to be honest, because it's such fun, and having to get out of the suit. And probably you could be a bit sweaty and smelly and horrible, so, you know, that's probably one of the worst bits. And probably at the burning on Sunday, I know we're not in the suit then, but that's quite a sad bit.
The worst bit about being in a straw bear is the weight on your shoulders from the head.
The worst bit was really when it come to 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock and you'd got to get out of it.
One of the things I never liked about being a straw bear, and it only happened a couple of times, was actually going out as the driver in the kit in the dark.
The grains of wheat that fall in your boots as you move, it's like dancing barefoot on pea gravel.
The worst bit of being the bear is, well, hard because you're the bear, so there isn't many bad bits. But from a physical point of view, if you're second in the day, you can be getting into a rather damp bear suit if the first driver's been a bit more energetic and sweaty. So that could be a little bit grim.
There's a little bit of pressure involved, mainly because you're representing everybody's hard work. The straw bear it's not just the man inside it or the lady inside it. It's actually a representation of the hard work and dedication of all its volunteers. And when you see their faces when you go past the barrier, it just makes everything worthwhile. But there's a lot of responsibility.
What advice would you give someone that was doing the role for the very first time?
There's probably a large list of different bits of hints and tips, but one of the main ones for me would be that extra weight you're about to put on. The bear suit is about 5 to 6 stone, depending on the amount of straw or the heaviness of the heads. So you're adding quite a bit to your body weight already. And although most of that's on the shoulders from the frame, quite a bit of it is in the head. So you actually become a bit more top-heavy. Your centre of gravity is a bit higher on your body. So when you're dancing around, you've got to be mindful of your frame so that you're not over-balancing yourself.
I think the best bit of advice you could give would just be to have fun. Everyone is always so happy to just see the bear the whole day. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. So, yeah, just have fun, enjoy yourself, and everyone will be happy anyway.
Just go and enjoy it. Don't take any notice of what's going on. Just do as you're told. Get out there and make it your own.
I think the piece of advice that I would give to somebody who was doing the job for the first time would be to have some padding on your shoulders. That was the bit that ached the most the following day, were my shoulders. So pad out your shoulders.
Your keeper is your eyes and ears. Listen to directions you are given and they'll keep your pathway clear. Hold your arms out when dancing for a better show and to keep your balance, as the bear's head and jacket makes the costume quite top heavy.
Enjoy it. It goes really, really quickly.
And finally, what attributes do you need to be a straw bear?
None really, you just need to be able to have fun, enjoy the moment and dance through those streets like you've never danced before.
You need plenty of energy and stamina, because some people don't realise how heavy the bear is. The last time I weighed it, it weighed 5 stone, so you need to be very fit and healthy.
It's difficult to say what you need to be a good bear. I think you need a good sense of rhythm because you have to dance and you have to make sure you can do that well in time with the music. I think also you need a high pain threshold as well just to get through the day, because it does start to hurt after a while. So yeah, you just need to be able to make sure you can get through the day.
The only attribute you need to be the driver of the bear is a passion to do the job. But beware. The driver is not the beast. All the driver does is give the bear mobility, and that's all. It's an entity all of his own.
Firstly, you need to be a little bit bonkers. You need a lot of energy, you need stamina, and you need that sense of being able to forget yourself and dawn the character and the spirit and energy of the bear, and bring it to life and bring it to the world and show it off to the best of your ability.
You need to have passion for the festival. You need to know what it's all about, and you need to have a certain level of fitness, as I said before. So that's it really. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Please consider contributing towards the event at paypal.me/strawbearonline. Any donations will be shared between our artists who have provided their footage for free and the Mayor of Whittlesea's chosen charities. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed Straw Bear Online 2021. Please subscribe now and click the notifications bell to make sure you don't miss any events. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and at strawbear.org.uk.